Hi guys!
Hey.
It's me, moley-kun, joined by...
And Brenda.
I have a staff.
I have a sword.
You do have a sword, yes. It is a lovely sword.
It is a good sword.
My staff is better.
Sure it is.
Okay. We're back with a film review!
Yeah, and nothing to do with either magic or ninjas.
But it's Halloween themed.
So we thought we'd dress up.
Yes.
No. The movie we did was the 1932, make sure you get this, the 1932 version of the original Mummy. Not the one that just came out this year. Don't watch that film, it is really bad.
My hat is very floppy.
Yes, it is.
It had Boris Karloff in it. I like Boris Karloff.
Yeah, it was a really good... The 1932 Mummy was really good.
It was.
Or Boris Karloff in the Mummy.
It was very well paced. It didn't move too quickly, it didn't move too slowly.
The atmosphere was amazing. It wasn't too dark, it wasn't too light.
Yeah.
The scenery was gorgeous.
It was. It's all black and white, but that didn't matter. It's still a beautiful looking film.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this. Warner Brothers used to know how to make a good used to know how to make good monster movies.
What happened?
I don't know.
The future, that's what happened.
They decided to go with changing the whole entire story, trying to make a whole universe, but we're not going to discuss that. We're going He is.
He is.
He's creepy.
He did the part very well, didn't he?
Yes, he is. He is a good mummy.
So,
do you want to do the plot?
We'll do the plot, and then we can explain why Boris Karloff is really good. So,
I get my information up.
1932, British Museum...
No, this was 10 years before that. This film starts 10 years before, when they...
Okay, fine. 1922, British Museum archaeologists are in Egypt. They uncover the tomb of Imhotep, some ancient priesty guy who was having an affair with one of the priestesses of Isis, who are meant to be virgins.
Or was in love with one of the Vestal virgins. I'm not sure.
It depends which version you're watching, because there have been a few remakes of it.
Yeah, the original one, I think
slightly.
it was just they were in love but never...
Yeah. Oh no, it's suggested by the fact they refer to her as a Vestal virgin quite a lot.
So it's
he interfered with her.
Yeah, it's most likely the former, not the latter.
Yeah.
But
anyway, he was having a bit of an affair with her in some sense or another. This didn't go down too well with the high priest of Isis, who condemned him to death by being buried alive.
No, the story is she got sick, she died, he tried to bring her back to life. Her father... Okay,
I'm doing the plot to the 90s version of the Mummy then.
Yes, you are.
Where he got put to death for sleeping with her.
Yeah, no, in the original one...
Oh, I should have paid more attention.
Yeah. I think it's more of during that particular scene you kind of got distracted when they were doing the past. So Imhotep's, his love, the one he's in love with, dies. He takes the...
Anchornaptra, her name was. The Princess Anchornaptra.
He steals the Scroll of Thoth, which is supposedly supposed to bring somebody back from the dead.
Oh, Amun-Ra, god of gods.
Yeah.
The spell started.
But the father of the Vestal Virgin, of the princess, discovers this all, and they commit him to death by being buried alive. And yeah, that's the past. That's pretty much that.
And then fast forward 1922, British archaeologists uncover the tomb of Imhotep and the Book of Hoth. And some stupid
Scroll of Hoth.
It's the Book of Hoth. It's referred to the Book of Hoth. Anyway, book scroll. There's something about Hoth with writing on it. It's they find that with Imhotep, and then some idiot goes and reads it, brings Imhotep back to life.
And the fun thing is, other than the first little bit where you see him mummified, and you never actually see him as the mummy.
No.
No, you don't.
No.
He just kind of, he's there,
I know, he does look like a mummified human when he's walking around anyway.
Yeah, but you don't see him dressed in the garb.
It's like there's so many wrinkles on his face.
Yeah, he looks like he's been through a ringer.
Looks like he's been alive for that entire 3,000 years.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so he steals the Imhotep steals the scroll, leaving the idiotic young archaeologist to decide, I'll go ahead and read this anyway. And
He then dies of hysterics.
pretty much.
Just his maniacal laughter, and then the next scene they tell him he died in an institute laughing.
Yeah.
So
Now fast forward to 1932.
Imhotep's wandering the earth,
But
tries to resurrect his girlfriend Ankh Sinatra, but her soul has moved on
well, yeah.
to this woman called Helen Grosvenor.
Yep.
Who is the daughter of an Egyptian woman and the governor of Sudan.
They are not in this film.
No.
Instead,
You're giving this information, but the characters don't exist.
Yeah. Instead, she's a patient of Dr. Muller. She's staying the summer with Dr. Muller in Egypt. And Dr. Muller was the one who, in 1922, told Sir Roberts, who's the main archaeologist and the younger, stupider archaeologist.
Not to open the casket containing the scroll.
Yeah, pretty
Don't
much.
do it, because there was a curse inscribed on it that anyone would die.
If they opened it.
Amun-Ra said so.
Yep.
Because that's how Egyptian curses work.
Hey.
You will die because Amun-Ra says so.
Or
Or Isis, Osiris, Anubis, one of them.
Or that
one of the
pharaoh.
gods.
The pharaoh. Yeah, the pharaoh. The pharaoh was not... The pharaoh.
Tutankhamun?
Maybe it was Tutankhamun? I'm not sure if it was the pharaoh. It's just the
could
pharaoh.
have been his cousin Tutankhamun.
Yeah. It's just a pharaoh. So yeah, there's a bunch of that. The first part of Amonkhet's plan is to unbury the original priestess.
And Ankh Sinatra.
So he gets Frank Wempler, which is Sir Joseph's son, shows him where to dig. They find her museum, and
Boris Karloff was really good playing a part of Imhotep.
yeah,
He was very creepy and he could hypnotise people.
and people in the older they figured out he was the mummy right away. After a little bit, and realized
His face gave it away.
Yeah, they couldn't do a damn stinking thing. They knew that, and he does have a lot more creepy. He's a lot. Put it this way, he has a lot of less powers than the later versions.
Yeah, he doesn't do a lot.
But he's.
But it's inferred he can, and that's...
Yeah, and he does a lot more hypnotizing and using his just going.
And he sort of mutters some ancient Egyptian mumbo jumbo and does that and gives people heart attacks.
Yeah, or almost because he got to the. Because he almost.
Yeah, one guy gets an amulet of Isis and protects himself, but
yeah.
because apparently that works. If ever you're being attacked by an ancient Egyptian mummy, get an amulet of Isis.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a great movie. I don't really want to give out how it ends, though. I'm pretty sure if you've seen any mummy, you know somewhat how it ends.
He dies in the end.
Yeah, the mummy dies in the end, but it's more. The main problem was kind of at the end. It goes scene, the end. I'm like.
Yeah, there's no proper ending to it. It's just like
Big fight scene.
He's dead.
They've kissed.
Everyone's saved. Yeah.
Kiss. The end.
It's like, yeah, you don't get them walking away from the scene. You don't get them.
You don't get any resolution.
Yeah, you don't even get like a final sentence to end it. It's
It's like they kiss and then
the end. That's it, done. It was a Universal production.
Yes, it was.
The end credits tell you that. It says the end. It's a Universal production.
Yeah, that's a great way to end it. But yeah, no, I mean, The Mummy is a really good film, and there has been a good amount of remakes of it. It's always normally the same story. I mean, watching this one, he's correct, you do kind of see very close similarities to the 90s version. And The Mummy has been the same, pretty much. And
It's always been Imhotep.
yeah,
Always been Imhotep.
well, until now. And that's just...
That was some woman, but we won't go into that.
No, but it's a good film. I will say there is a few things about it that's really amazing. They remade Egypt.
Yes, The scenery was amazing.
And the fact that they filmed most of it in a desert in California. Yeah. I checked. I thought they filmed in Egypt. It's in California.
It looks
either-
identical to Egypt.
They did at least, unless IMDb is lying, they filmed it all in California somewhere.
Wow. California has deserts?
California supposedly has, yes, California
I
has
thought
deserts.
California was all beaches.
It's
but-
right, no, it's connected to Nevada. That's all, there's desert in both, there's desert in California.
Shows what I know.
Yeah, it's amazingly well done. The thing about The Mummy is, because the same story has gone on so long, is because there isn't any actual, as far as I could research, there isn't actual any belief the ancient Egyptians believed mummies would come back to life.
No.
They-
In my studies of Egypt, there hasn't been any mention
No,
of
they've
like,
never
stuff like that.
thought that. So, and there weren't any books. There's been mentions of buried alive, maybe, but no one believed anyone was going to come back from being mummified.
Well, no, it's because when you died, you went to Anubis.
Yeah.
And then he judged whether you went on to the afterlife or whether you just perished.
Or were reborn.
Yeah, reborn in the afterlife.
Yeah.
There was no coming back.
Yeah, they did not believe in
Once
that.
that boat sailed, that
I
was
think
it.
the only time there was a story of someone being brought back to life was the story of Cyrus and...
Isis and Osiris.
Yeah, that's the only time there's that, and that's more about gods.
Isis being the goddess of life.
Yeah, that's a god doing the bringing them back. As far as the Egyptians were concerned, you die, you don't need to come back. Everything is in the afterlife. Life is kind of just the thing you're waiting for to die, just to go on.
It's like the test to see whether you're worthy of the afterlife or not.
Yeah, they didn't believe at all. And this is and from what I can tell, Mom, this is probably one of the first times, and there maybe have been a few books, though not that I could discover in my research. This was the first time anything like a mummy coming back to life was ever even brought up. So it's not, they didn't have much to go on in making the story.
They had the curse of Tutankhamun. But then that was a curse of people breaking the tomb and looting it. It wasn't a curse of him coming back.
Yeah, so it's just...
So that was the only sort of
So
superstition
there was
they had to build on.
curses to build on. But, what they did do was, and I will say I've noticed, because I've seen the Dracula, and the story, if you watch the original, the Bela Lugosi Dracula, you'll notice the story, there's very close similarities, which I will not go into depth here, but because this will be coming out around the same time my blog of the first Mummy is coming out, there'll be more technical explanations and similarities drawn up between the two. And that...
And there'll be a link to that down below.
And it may or
as
may not be
always.
up yet because I probably posted about a couple days ago.
But there'll be a link to the blogging anyway.
I can write, I can semi-edit. It still takes the guy about 2 to 3 or 4 or 5 days to edit my work. Because I can't spell and my grammar my grammar sucks.
Dyslexia is a pain, isn't it?
Hey, you know what? I accept the fact that I didn't learn grammar because of it. I didn't.
Also, you're American, so there is that handicap.
I spent most of my schooling from 10 up in Australia, so.
Which is an even bigger handicap.
Yeah, I'm taking Australia as a handicap. America is America. I actually probably would have been a lot better off if yeah, we're not going into that.
No, that's not.
No, yes, they're both, between 3 countries, I'm kind of handicapped when it comes to different spellings. And technical stuff, so editing my work takes a good long time. But hey, there'll be a link in the description below.
And that wraps us up, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was a really good film.
It was, I enjoyed it.
Happy Halloween.
Happy
Again,
Halloween.
I have a sword.
I win. Right.
Okay, I think we're done.
I think we're done.
Bye everyone before we get silly.
Okay, thanks for watching.